My name is David Idem. I work here as the Executive Director with Wavelength Integrated Power Services Limited. Wavelength started in 2012 with the sole purpose of bridging the energy divide that we have in Nigeria. And over the years, Wavelength has actually evolved into a group of company where we have competence in EPC. What I mean by EPC is engineering, procurement, construction and maintenance. Now, aside from that, too, Wavelength is also involved in, is also an IPP company where we produce, we generate, and then we also sell power to large utility companies, industrial clusters, state governments, and also individual using CNG or LPG gas. But our bread and butter is in the renewable energy space, where we distribute solar home system to underserved and unserved communities, working with World Bank and Rural Electrification Agency. Okay, my thought is that of mixed feelings in the sense that, over almost 2 decades now, Nigeria has actually spent significantly to turn around the power sector, but currently Nigeria is, based on the recent reports that we have, that of 190 countries, Nigeria is one of these 171 countries that lack access, to electricity. Over 92 million Nigerians don't have access to electricity and all that. And of course, that is quite worrisome. And you also know that currently the fuel price is projected to go up. Diesel price is increasing every day, and companies, individuals are actually groaning in terms of the cost of generating power. We also know that there are about over 22 million generators in Nigeria. You know the implication of that in terms of carbon emission and all that. So it's been a mixed feeling that despite the investment in this sector, we've not actually seen correspondent improvement. But the good thing is that recently we've seen some development in the sector, particularly is the recent constitutional amendment where state governments are allowed to license, to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. That will actually open up the sector. That will allow state government to, to bring in private sector, to generate power to meet up the daily need. Okay, of course, in this sector, one of the key challenges that we are having is access to finance, both in terms of most of the components that we use in this industry are not manufactured here. They are from China, they are from US, they are from Europe and all that. And the issue around the exchange rate fluctuation such that you cannot really, lock down your price and all that because of the fluctuation in the exchange rate. And interest rate is also so high. So sometimes access to fund, for you to bring in your equipment is also a major challenge. Now, even besides Wavelength as a company, you look at it that, for you to own quality solar system, I emphasize that word quality solar system, is is expensive. The initial outlay is expensive. And the purchasing power of our people is quite low. And so for people to own this, even though they need this solar system, but the cost, that initial cost is high for them. And so it has been quite challenging getting people, to key in to own solar system. And if you want to approach the commercial bank, sometimes it takes 2 months, 3 months for them to give approval. You understand? So that has been a challenge. But I'm happy to say that since our relationship with SunFi, we've actually been able to overcome that challenge because we now have a partner that within 2-3 days customer can easily access funding, to own their solar system. Okay, so I'm happy to say that our partnership with SunFi is almost a year now. I think we started commercial relationship December last year, and I can tell you this much, that between that December and now, we've been able to triple the number of people that we're installing solar system for, because of the support that we're getting from SunFi. One of the things that stood out for us is the fact that your requirement is quite so simple. You understand, with the click of the button, you are able to fill a form, you upload your bank statements, and just like that, and within 2-3 days, disbursement comes in, and we're able to install the solar system for our customers. And they are not only limiting it to people, working class people, business guys can also, key into it. Companies can also key into it and all that. Okay, the future for Wavelength is for us to go into some strategic partnership with the OEM. We've started that discussion, and of course, we're also working with SunFi in this regard to set up a factory in Nigeria where we can produce panel and batteries, and to eliminate the issue of forex fluctuation and all that. And because we feel that if we can manufacture those components in Nigeria, it's going to be cheaper for us. Of course, we have lithium here in Nigeria. So we've started discussion with the OEM, and they're open to it, to see how we can set up the factory here in Nigeria. But in terms of, we want to spread into, currently we are in about 22 states in Nigeria. So the next plan is to ensure that we cover the 36 states in Nigeria, and also, export our services and our solution to other West African and African countries. So that is the plan for Wavelength. Okay, so I would want to use this opportunity to call on other developers in the industry, to reach out to SunFi. The same way they supported us, to triple the numbers of installation that we have had over the years. Not only developers, too, even individuals that need funding, please reach out to SunFi. They are there for you. I can assure you that within 2 days, your application will be approved, and then you will have access to the solar system that you need. Thank you.